I've come to the town of Lewes in Sussex, in the southern part of England, and this is Lewes Cemetery. Immediately through the arch we come to this large grave here, and on the horizontal stone it reads, "Beneath rest the ashes of Jessie, the wife of John H. Every, an iron founder, freeman and alderman of the borough of Lewes, J.P. for Sussex, died 1938. High up on this memorial is the angel with the wings open, and as we pan down we've got Kate Bliss Baxter and her husband Win Edwin Baxter, JP and DL. Further into the graveyard is a section with the more modern graves. The stones are much more uniform and a lot of the black marble in evidence. An outstanding memorial here with this grieving woman leaning over the stone, and it reads, "My dear husband Edward William Collison Griffith, Captain 10th Battalion Royal Irish Rifles, who died on February 1919 after long suffering, most gallantly borne, from wounds received in France on December the 14th, 1915. This one is well attended with all the flowers, and if we look at the memorial stone, we'll see that on each side of it are two horses, Henry Harris H, commemorating Patrick Cameron Joseph Nicol, for 40 years beloved physician in this town and Mayor of Lewes, 1959 to 60. He died in 1989. And as always in these English churchyards we have the war graves, those that gave their lives, and there's a group of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 here. If I just come down onto this one here, and it reads Corporal C.W. Ford, Royal Sussex Regiment, January 1916, aged 49 years. One or two larger table tombs. The inscription is quite worn, but the top name is Richard King. This is a large one close by, and on the side we can read that it's Henry Blackman, late of the parish of All Saints, died 1856. Further down the path there are these 5 larger tombs. Let's see if we can find any names on them. There are some markings on the angle of this one, but quite impossible to read the name. The second large one reads George Henry May, who died 1890 something, aged 39 years, a kind husband and probably affectionate something else, also of Ellen Rebecca, and she died in 19 something, aged 39 years. Died at the same age. This is the third one down the slope, in memory of Susan Elizabeth, the beloved daughter of John and Margaret Lewes of St Michael's, Lewes, 1881, 31 years. And there's Winifred Mary Deed, widow of William Deed, underneath. The fourth one down is much more worn. It certainly says George and probably Molyneux. And finally this one, which has been repainted, I would suspect, James Scott of Southover, formerly of Eccleston Street, London, 1806 to 1877. And on the other side we read about Harriet, his wife, third daughter of William Verrill, 1799 to 1876. Nearby is this distressed angel drooped over the cross, and at the foot of the memorial, William Percy Rigdon, OBE, TD, and the rest of it's rather faded. William Panet, who was gently gathered home June the 24th, 1909, aged 83 years and 11 months. Two memorials here with interesting designs, a little bit different, with a sort of four crosses on top. The one in front is Emily, the wife of William Warren, and behind we have a identical design. It's a very pleasant spot here on the hillside, and you can see in the distance there the South Downs rising up. Very peaceful place. A small one here with just the first name initials in remembrance of M.A. Tweedy, 1872, aged 54 years. On this one the inscription is completely eroded, but it's still remembered as a war grave, with the wreath from the Royal Artillery Association at the base. The inscription on this is to Benjamin Vinnell Frank, third son of B.R. and Mary Frank, aged 27 years. But at the bottom we've got the interesting addition: this tomb was erected by his fellow workers in the establishment of S. Hannington and Sons, Brighton, as a token of their sincere regard and affection for him. As we walked through the graveyard, we saw a number of memorials to those who died in the First World War, and here we have a garden of remembrance for those that died in the Second War. Just picking the two at the front: Captain J.O. Geraghty, Royal Army Service Corps, 1946, age 39. And just panning across to the right, leading aircraftsman R.W. Fairweather, Royal Air Force, 1947, age 22. And because we always tend to think of the men that gave their lives in the wars, here's one to a woman. ACW First Class E.M. Jenner, Women's Auxiliary Air Force, aged 26 in 1942. And at the bottom the family have added, Eva, the beloved wife of Alan, no morning dawns, no night returns, but what I think of you. Eva M. Jenner. Well, that's my visit to the cemetery at Lewes in Sussex. Pleasant spot on the edge of the South Downs here. Certainly worth coming to have a look. Till the next time.